I don't have to yell in here, although I don't really need this thing. But thank you guys for being here. We're going to talk about something purple today, so we're excited. If y'all don't know what this room is decorated for, you're going to find out shortly. So Bold is coming. How many of you guys have never taken Bold before? Yeah, put your hand down. Anybody? Only 2 of you have never taken Bold before? That's it? Everybody else in here has taken Bold. 3. Keenan, you've taken Bold? Yep, so 4 of you guys. Okay, perfect. Well, we're going to talk to you about what that is. It stands for Business Objective Life by Design. A lot of us, Joe Don's probably taken it more than anybody in this room combined. Cindy's up there as well. But we want you guys to understand the importance of Bold. So we're partnering with Greensboro. We're going to talk a little bit about it. We have our Bold coach on the call. We're going to go to her now or in a little bit? Very shortly. Okay. So we're going to kick off the meeting with Mark King, our president. We got a short little video to show you, and then we're going to dive into everything else we've got. And thank you, Union Home.
Hello, Keller Williams. Mark King, President, Keller Williams Realty International, here to talk to you about September. Can you believe it? 3/4 of the year already in the books. So today we're going to talk about how to supercharge Q4 and all of 2024. Several things that we've launched recently I want to make you aware of. Number 1, the new agent websites, a fundamental key part of your business plan for 2024, should be maximizing your online traffic. Go check out our new agent sites. Number 2, the buzzword that everybody's talking about that is a little confusing to our consumers is what kind of impact does artificial intelligence or AI have on the real estate industry? Well, we've written a playbook for you. Please check that out. It's all things artificial intelligence. Spoiler alert, it helps our jobs it helps us become faster and better at what we do, but it doesn't replace you as the fiduciary at the center of the transaction. So check out our AI playbooks. And last but not least, we released the MREA Playbook Series. It is a book of over 100 business models, all on 1 page each, of agents performing at the highest level in the industry right now in these market conditions, and they're great models for you to follow for 2024. So if you're looking to supercharge Q4, get into Bold. Hire a MAPS coach if you don't have one. But check out our playbooks and have an amazing 4th quarter, which will lead directly into your amazing 2024. Have an awesome September, everybody. We'll see you soon. Hello, Keller Williams. Mark.
Sorry, I'm back. All right. Mission, vision, value. Let me turn these lights back on. Apologize. Hold on. Sorry. Life in the day of Robbie. All right. So our vision is we're going to go over this every meeting because I think we just need to hit you guys over the head with this stuff so we understand what it is, what the vision of our company is, what the mission of our company is. So we're to be the real estate company of choice for agents and their customers, right? That's our objective. That's our vision. That's what we're trying to do each and every day, is to be that real estate company of choice. Next slide. Our values, obviously most important thing, right? God first, then family, then business. Get those things out of whack and trust me, it won't be fun. We've all been there, we've all done that, but try to keep those things intact. So our beliefs, let's say it all together. First one, win-win or integrity, customers, commitment, communication,
First to understand.
creativity,
Ideas before results.
teamwork,
Together, everyone achieves more.
trust,
Start with honesty.
equity,
Opportunity for all.
and success. Great job. Those are our belief systems. And of course, our perspective is a technology company that provides a real estate platform that our buyers and agents and sellers prefer. Keller Williams thinks like a talk producer, acts like a trainer consultant, and focuses all its activities on service, productivity, and profitability. And I love to add in there the relational part, right? We are a relationship company. So the biggest thing we want to communicate to our clients is that we're here for them. We're here to create that relationship. I'm here for you to create that relationship so that you can be the best that you can be. So when you guys go into an appointment, when you go into lead generation, whatever it is that you guys have the tools in your toolbox to be the best that you can be. Bucket fills. Anybody have a bucket fill? Good, bad, or indifferent? Quiet. Yes, Kim's got a bucket fill. Yep.
I just want to bucket fill all of you guys, my entire Keller Williams family, for all that you did to support me and my team through the Relay for Life campaign over the weekend. It was a great event. So thank you guys for donations, support, just being on my team, Dimitri, and just bringing, just again, loving on me and just making this a big thing. And again, hopefully next year it'll be even bigger.
Anybody? Yep.
I want to bucket fill Paul because this past weekend I was going through a pretty rough patch on Saturday, and he kept me calm, cool, and collected, and I appreciate that. Go Knowles.
Anybody else? Once, twice. Moving on. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about a thing called Bold. We have our Bold coach, Denise Meyer. I don't know how many of you guys know Denise. We met her in Texas, and she is a ball of energy, and she is going to bring some excitement to the room. And so we're going to let her jump in and talk to you about Bold. Hey, Denise, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great out here in Arizona. And you know, Robbie, you can only notice excitement if you got it in yourself. Like, can we give it up for your leadership team, everyone? Like, woo! I love it. I love it. I love it. And if I were in the room, I'd say, let's stand up and give them a standing round of applause, right? Well, thank you so much, everyone. My name is Denise Meyer, and I am Bold. And I'm coming to your market center, and we're going to teach Bold. So, Robbie, let's go ahead and do an exercise if we can. Is it time to do that?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, cool. Now, I don't know, do you all have a 3x5 card on your table or at your seat?
They have a piece of paper. It'll work.
Awesome.
Yes.
Perfect. So on this piece of paper, in a moment.
It might be more of like a 3x9, but it'll work.
Oh man, so following instructions is your perfect. I'm just messing.
That's
with
right.
you. I'm just messing. And by the way, in this Bold, we're going to have a lot of fun. Is it good to have fun while we're earning and learning? Like, I think that's the only way to come to everything in life, is to have fun doing it. And yet, so here's a couple things. Bold is about this. Now, I saw that there's only like 2 of you in the room who haven't been to Bold yet. And so I'd love to hear from the room, what is Bold? Who'd like to share what is Bold for these 2 agents who haven't been to it yet? Who'd be willing to share?
It's a game changer.
Ooh, tell me a little more.
I've always been an advocate. By the way, I'm Bold 15 times so far.
Ooh, what's your name? We got to meet.
Joe Don Baker, walking tall in home sales.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. And Robbie, he gave me his correct name, right? Just kidding. 15 times yet.
Would I lie to you?
No,
I just met you.
So. I don't think so. All right. So in a nutshell, what's a game changer about Bold?
It gives you the tools, the fundamentals to be successful. And if you follow the program, you will get listings, whether they're buyer listings or seller listings. It is designed to make you successful. It's designed to make you uncomfortable, and it's designed to stretch you.
You know, you've said.
Shall I go on?
Well, you know, you've said it so well. So for everyone, I'd like you to write down number 1. Bold is a productivity program. Bold's all about productivity. In fact, in Bold, the average agent does 11 pieces of business. And Robbie has shared with me that you all are not average. So that won't be my expectation is even bigger. And yet, so number 1, we're a productivity program. Now, what else is Bold about? Who else could share? What is Bold about besides productivity?
So my name is Cindy Dudley. I've
Hey,
been with Keller Williams 18 years. I first took Bold in 2009.
Wow.
The very first one. I think I'm 12 or 13. I don't know. I lose count. But for me, when I take Bold, it's the accountability. Like nothing makes me work harder. Plus, I'm part of a team, and it just makes me want to do better.
Yeah.
And I'm better with accountability.
I hear that. It is an accountability program, which is not everyone's favorite word. And yet what I will say about this is that you set the goals. You set the goals that you're going to go after, right? And then in Bold, we simply hold you accountable to what you said that you desire. In fact, Gary said it this way, is that Bold is the ability to get people to think the way I'm reading it here, because I like to use his words. It's the ability to get people to think the way they must think in order for them to do what they must do so that they can achieve what they want to achieve, so they can have what they want to achieve. And that's what Bold is about. Now, on top of all of that, if you're taking notes today, I'd like you to write this down. Bold is about mindset conditioning. It's about our mindset conditioning. Number 2, it's about coaching. And number 3, it's about transformation. See, our mindset determines what we think, and what we think determines what actions we take. And those actions we take determine what kind of success is coming right around the corner for us. So if we think back to 3-4 weeks ago in our business, what were we thinking about? You know, because you get what you deserve in your imagination. It's a bold law. Were we imagining that the end of the year was going to be the most amazing end of the year in our business? Or are we thinking about something that maybe wasn't so great? Because whatever you're thinking about will come and catch you. So in Bold, it's about mindset conditioning, conditioning ourselves to win regardless of the market around us. And that means like whatever that is for you. Coaching, sometimes I'm going to coach you, right? Like just like Cindy just said, I get more done in Bold. And it's probably because of that accountability. So sometimes I'm going to teach you things. Sometimes I'll coach you, and sometimes I might push you, and sometimes I might get that big old purple shoe and give you a purple nudge, right? And mostly Bold is also about transformation. Now, can we make an agreement that if you desire to have something that you've never had before, you're going to have to do things you've never done before? Does that make sense? And that's what we use Bold for, as a tool. You know what you're going to go after, and we're going to go do things differently so that you can change your thinking and change your world. So let's go ahead and do an exercise. Now, somewhere on a piece of paper, I would like you to write down, and those of you who are on Zoom, you do the same thing, and you can put your thoughts in the chat. I'd like you to write down $78,000, like put a big old number sign and 78,000, and please write that down. Now, what I'm going to have you do with this is, with this $78,000, I want you to consider that you've just, thank you, Christy. Christy is like putting 78,000 in the chat. I love it. I'd like you to consider you just got an infusion of cash into your bank account of $78,000. In fact, like today, after the team meeting, you open up your account and it's sitting there, 78,000. Who in your world, your family, your partner, your legacy, who in your world would benefit you from that $78,000? Go ahead and take a note and write it down. On the count of 3, I'd like you to just all yell out a name. And it might be me, Denise. It might be my dog, might be my parents. On the count of 3, I want you to yell out. Those on Zoom, take yourselves off mute. It'll get messy. Who's going to benefit by this? 1, 2, 3.
My daughter. Good job, guys. Come on now.
Let's try that again, Denise. I don't know what that was.
1, 2, 3. Well, here's the thing. Because sometimes we have to change our thinking to change our world. And if we don't know what we're going to do with it, then it becomes a challenge to yell it out, right? And that's exactly one of the things we do in Bold. So let's take a look at what you wrote down. And I'm going to ask you all some questions, and I'll have you write down the answers. What would you do with these funds? go ahead and take a moment. You're going to spend all 78,000. What would you do with the funds? Would you buy a home, buy an investment property, pay off debt, save for retirement, amazing vacation, maybe fund legacy in some way? What would you do with the funds? Go ahead and write it down. Now, the next question is, what's important to you about that? What's important to you about what you wrote down? Now, once you have that, how will you feel? Will you feel successful, accomplished, smart? Will you feel proud of yourself? Will you feel safe? Will you feel confident? Will you feel free? How will you feel when you accomplish what you wrote down? Now, whatever you wrote down, you deserve all of that. Now, who'd be willing to share what they wrote down and maybe just allow me to coach you for about a minute? Either in the room or on Zoom, who would be willing to share with us what you wrote down?
Nobody else raised their hand. Okay. So I'm going to buy more short-term rental properties.
Awesome. And who's this I'm talking with?
Cindy. it's
Hey,
the one-
Cindy.
Sorry.
Ooh,
Oh, you
we're
can't
gonna-
see me.
I can't quite see you. I
Well,
can
no.
hear you though. And
We
I
have a quiet group today. We have a quiet group today.
Ooh, well, you're going to get them riled up here in a moment. I can tell. So,
Mm,
Miss Cindy, you wrote down that you're going to buy more investment properties, right?
that's correct. Mhm.
Okay, cool, cool. And what's important to you about investment properties?
So my MAPS coach, Andy Hannigan, and I have worked on my retirement future, not now, future retirement. And I know what I need. So I've bought 2 this year and I want to buy 3 more next year. So I do
Great.
Airbnbs.
Okay, super, great for you. So you're super clear on what you're going to do with
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Now, Cindy, what's important to you about purchasing investment properties, about retirement for the future? What's important to all of that to you?
So I can.
Okay, so you can.
So I can
what?
have passive income because I don't have 401k. I don't have extra funds because I'm a real estate agent and I didn't do that long time ago. And I'm in my 60s. And it's maybe by the time I'm 70, maybe I'm 63. So we'll see. My
All
dad
right.
worked till he was 80.
I got you. I got you. And if you choose to, you can for sure.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. And so, okay, so we're going to get this passive income. We're going to have these retirement accounts. You've got a time period associated with it. What's important to you about having that nest egg for the future? What does that do for you?
Makes me enjoy life with my family and I can travel and I'll have to hire somebody to do the hosting of the Airbnbs because I do that now. But no, it's have more fun.
More fun. So I'm
More
hearing
fun.
enjoyment, lifestyle,
Yeah.
fun,
Happiness. Yeah.
happiness. I get it.
Absolutely.
All right. Now I'm going to ask a crazy question. I'm going to ask everybody this. What would happen if you never did have that enjoyment, that lifestyle, that fun, that happiness?
That's stress. I don't want stress. I have
So the
not.
very opposite is stress.
Oh, absolutely. And not being happy. No, that's not works for me. It does not.
Ooh, and Cindy, I feel you. And anybody else feel it? Like just by asking that question? So Cindy, I believe, and I know you deserve everything that you wrote down. You deserve that enjoyment, that lifestyle, that fun, that happiness, that safety, security. You deserve to know what that looks like. And every single one of you deserve what you wrote down. And what we just had you write down is your average commission in your market center multiplied by 11 pieces of business. Can we give it up for Miss Cindy real quick? Like, whoo, great job. Thank you. Thank
Can I
you.
make one statement, Denise? Can I make one statement?
I
You
need
remind
to
me
praise
of
you
Diana.
anyway.
You remind me of Diana, just the way you project and your questions. So I appreciate that.
You know, I'm gonna cry, girl. Wow, thank you. That means the world to me. Thank you. Now I am a crier. If we cry during this, it's never a good bold team meeting if someone doesn't
Okay.
cry.
So not everybody
me.
knows like who I just spoke to Denise. So Diana, I can't ever say her name, Kokoska, who just wrote the book Becoming More, right? Have you got her book?
It's coming.
Yeah, okay. I haven't ordered mine yet. So she started Bold. That's her journaling if you ever took the old Bold. So that's real important to me.
Mwah. Usually it's the bold coach who has somebody else cry, and yet you got me today. So thank you. Thank you for that. That is the kindest thing anyone said in a really long time.
I've been on both sides of that, Denise, so it's okay.
Cool. All right. Now, here's what we're going to do. We have whatever you wrote down, each of you deserve that. And in this bold, here's the deal. We're going to go after it. It doesn't matter what the market is doing. It doesn't matter what other market centers are doing. It doesn't matter what other agents are doing. In this bold, we're going to lock arms and we're going to go after it together. And I don't know, like, I don't know if you're going to have the 11, if you're going to have 20, if you're going to have 8. What I do know is that because we're doing it together, we're going to get a lot more territory and we're going to have a lot more fun. Now, Robbie, I believe that we have a special surprise for everyone, right? With those 2 chairs up front.
Yes, we're going to do that towards the end here in a minute.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to hand this back to you. Before I do,
Great.
though, who has a question for me or anything about Bold that we can start with?
This is Joe again. I hear now that it's been revamped again. What is the revamping this time?
Yeah, well, because the market's always shifting, Bold is always shifting, right? And so without saying the word script, right? I will say that this is probably the most skills-based material that we have had since the very beginning. So we are going back to really nailing down your listing presentation. We've included a full-fledged, like from 5-point buyer presentation. We get into goal setting much earlier into the program. And we've even brought back for sell by owners and for sell by and expireds. Of course, we're always working on database. And when it comes to mindset conditioning, we're coming back to some fundamental pieces. And then, of course, we're adding in what's new in science and learning and development. So it's there is so much material and it is a lot of fun. We're finishing it right now. And I'm telling you, we have a lot of production in our room because of this. So does that answer your question and sound exciting?
It sounds exciting.
Very. Good. Well, I'll be glad to see you in Bold.
I'm sure. You may regret it.
You may. So I'm going to encourage everybody in this room to do something really quick. There's a QR code on the front of that page. First Step is free. It's in Greensboro. It's free. It doesn't cost you a dime other than just to get there. I would love to see everybody go to First Step because you get free lunch. You get to hang out with Denise. You'll get to hear Joe Don's crazy stories. I mean, what's better? You know, there might be nap time in there, but I would love to see everybody come to First Step, right? And then if you want to take Bold and you don't have the means or the warehouse, see me, see somebody on leadership. There are opportunities, there are scholarships and things available. The Market Center is going to help with part of the fee coming back to you after you finish Bold and after you have closings and stuff like that. So we'll talk more about that in a minute. But one thing we're going to do right now is I'm going to give a Bold away. So I want everybody to stand up. We're going to play a game of heads or tails like we used to do back in the day. So if you want heads, you put your hands on your heads. If you want tails, put your hand on your tail. And we're just going to flip a coin and one of y'all is going to Bold for free. So, well, hold on. Heads or tails? Sign up in a minute. All right. Pick heads or tails. I'm flipping the coin. Here we go. It is tails. You have a hand on your head, sit down. Tails, stay up. All right. Heads or tails again. Pick heads or tails again. Everybody good? Got what they want? It is heads. You got tails, sit down. Who's left? Keenan's going to bold. I love it. Good job, brother. We'll get you signed up, and now you have no excuse. You better be there. You have to go now. Denise, we got one sign up, and he doesn't have a choice, so he's going whether he likes it or not. But the rest of y'all, trust me. I mean, I started my career and took bold 2 months in. I thought it was the craziest thing I'd ever done. Jodan was there, Cindy was there, some of you guys were there. And I can't tell you one thing that has propelled my career to where it is other than bold. It helped me get into business, helped me figure out where to find my business. It helped me build what I have today. So I am a testament of bold. I can't encourage you enough to take bold and how important it is. And believe me, the investment, you will get it back 10 times over. It's not about the money. Make it about the experience. Make it about what you're going to get from it. Make it about the training. Make it about the tools that you get, because $800 is a minimal investment when you go close 100 transactions in a year, right? I mean, you all can do it. It's not rocket science. You all can do it. And whatever that looks like, you guys can achieve those goals. So questions, let me know. We're going to jump on to the next few things here as soon as Daniel's ready. Yeah, and if you want to sign up and you don't know what you want to do, just text me and just say, sign me up, and we'll sign you up. So if you want to sign up and you're in this room, just shoot me a text and say, I'm in for bold. Put your name in there. I probably have all your numbers, but we'll sign you up. So, all right, we're just going to do top producing agents real quick. We used to do this way back when. We haven't done it in a long time. So top 3 producing agents, individual agents. I don't think either 3 of these people are here, but Tammy Corey was number 1. Natalie Marone was number 2. And Lauren Linsky was number 3 for individual agents. And then top 3 producing teams, Sandy Sparks' home team. Second was the Gibson group. And third was the Melissa White team. And then we have the $1 Million Club. These are agents that closed at least $1 million in production last month. Sandy Sparks was number 1 with a little over about $3.5 million. The Gibson group was number 2. Tammy Corey was next. Then Melissa White, Natalie Marone, Lauren Alinsky, Christy May, Flamania Menino, Rachel Zamorsky, Cindy Dudley, Elvis Leon, and Ethiel Estes. So good job, you guys. And we can skip that. That's just the top 10 in GCI video. You all saw that probably. All right, upcoming events. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We want to see you guys. We're trying to provide fun, happiness, and training. And we want you guys to be able to come and show up with some of the things we got going on. A few things coming up this week. Obviously, family reunion is coming up in February. We'd love to see you all there. If you have questions about that, reach out to me or anybody on staff. We're going to watch this short video real quick. There's an agent of distinction. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but you can become an agent of distinction. And it's $199. All funds go to the KW inclusion and belonging activities. Jason was going to talk about this today, but it's basically a distinction that you can have and you can gain by taking this class. Let's just skip the video. Tonight, is anybody going tonight to tour homes? Love it. Everybody's going. We're going to win. I don't like to lose, so we're going to win. So we'd love to see you guys there at 5:30. They're going to give some prizes and stuff away. If you haven't registered, make sure you register. There's a barcode. There's a QR code there. And we've sent that out a couple times as well. Weekly tech workshop. Do you want to talk about this? Okay, he'll talk about that later. It's Wednesdays at 1. He'll talk about that in a minute. We'll skip that. Agent Mixer. How many of you guys have ever been to an Agent Mixer? It's been a long time. All right, how many of you guys know who 2-Ticket Tim is? Well, 2-Ticket Tim is back this Thursday at the Verdict in Graham. Invite your friends. They don't have to be at Keller Williams. They could be at Remax or, any company. Doesn't matter. We want everybody to come and hang out, have a good time, create relationships. That's what it's all about. 5 to 7 at the Verdict. Hope to see you there. We're doing yoga again next week. If you want to come watch people embarrass themselves trying to do yoga like me, next Wednesday at noon. It's here. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Come hang out. It's a great chance to meditate or whatever it is you do during yoga. I'm still trying to figure that out. But Wealth Mastermind. So we just finished the 8 weeks to wealth with Brett Tanner, Jason Abrams, and Mark King. We're going to do a monthly mastermind around wealth. We'd love to see you guys come. If you want to learn more about wealth, if you want to talk more about wealth, If you want to figure out what wealth even is and what that looks like for you, we'd love to see you here. It'll be the last Wednesday of every month at 3 o'clock right here in the training room. So come hang out with us for an hour. We'll talk a little bit more about a thing called money. And then Wind Down Wednesday is also next week. We're going to do a game night. So that should be fun. If you want to play games, board games, Yahtzee, I don't know what other games, but bring a game and come hang out with us from 4:30 to 6. And we'll have snacks and conversation as well. So it'll be fun. Time to hang out. Top 20%, you should have received an email. Mark Brenneman is our regional director. He's coming on the 10th of October. We already have 23 people signed up to come from one day. So if you're in the top 20%, he'll be here for an hour to spend time with us. And then he'll be here for a little bit after that as well. And let's support Chloe. Chloe, where you at? How's the dancing coming? Are you ready? All right, Chloe's dancing. That's coming up. Scan that QR code. You can get more information on how you can support Chloe. And you're doing an event soon, right? Do you know when yet? Okay. So when you have a date, let us know because we'd love to come support you and help you with that. And if anybody has a cause or something like what Kim's doing, we want to support you guys. You're in our market center. You're part of our family. So if you have something that you're passionate about, you're doing something, let us know so we can support you and encourage you guys in that as well. And I'm going to pass it on to Daniel.
Hey, and feel free, if you do have anything, just email me, TheDanielMiller@kw.com. Yes, because there's no other Daniel Miller. So exactly. But just shoot me an email of whatever you got, picture-wise, all that good stuff, and we'll promote it however we can. Real briefly on me, I'm actually not going to talk much. I'm going to show a little video that KWRI has put out. But your websites are being revamped and it's going to be amazing. I'll apologize ahead of time because there's always a little bit of growth pain, you know, anytime stuff changes. But man, this stuff coming just looks really sweet. So a couple weeks of pain, but it's going to be well worth it.
We saw this yesterday on the growth call, and it's going to revolutionize what you guys can do with your website. And again, there's no cost, right? You don't need to pay for Ribbity or some of these other companies. This is all not free, but you're paying for this already. So
we know relationships are at the heart of everything that you do. With your all-new agent sites, we give you more ways to build, foster, grow, and nurture your client relationships. Agent sites are being completely rebuilt from the ground up, focused on helping you succeed. They will be fully integrated within Command and include new features that enable you to elevate your brand, generate more leads, and maximize profitability. We're making it easy for you to get started with professionally designed page templates and customization of your navigation and branding. Showcase your team members and highlight your preferred vendors. Plus, you can personalize your blog content to focus on what matters most to you and your clients. Of course, your all-new agent sites are automatically optimized for desktop, tablet, and mobile viewing. So whether you're highlighting video content on your blog, or customizing a pre-move-in checklist for your clients, or providing a best-in-class property search, we've simplified the process of giving your clients an unparalleled online experience. And when it comes to lead gen, the Command integration enables seamless lead capturing and instant follow-up with your leads and contacts, so you can stay informed and connected even on the go. Take command today of your client's online experience with your all-new agent sites. We know relationships.
Does anybody want to guess what we're going to go over tomorrow during the tech class? Yeah, we're going to play with it a little bit. It is still extremely new. The official support is not out there yet. So if you rely heavily on your website, don't click the little switch me over button yet. But feel free, come check out the class tomorrow. I'll show you what the new website looks like a little bit and some of the changes on how you edit that. Thank you.
And there's a lot of cool stuff like QR codes that are built in. If you're doing open house, like Sam back there's some cool things within there that are being integrated in, and just the instantaneousness. If somebody goes on there instantaneously, you're going to get their information. So it's pretty cool. If you're not using your KW website, I recommend you do. There's a lot of cool stuff coming down the road in tech. So one thing I'm going to do before we do this is, so productivity coaching has been kind of an interesting thing in our market center. We've kind of gone through some changes and some different things. And so where we're at with productivity coaching now is we're going to revamp productivity coaching. So Mike McCann, Amanda Lynn and Karen Ward are going to kind of help us jumpstart our productivity coaching program. And we've got some other people in the room that are kind of in the works on coming on board with that as well. We're going to bring that energy and excitement back for our agents that want to get into production. So if you're a new agent or you're doing a couple transactions and you want to be doing more, talk to the three of them, talk to me. We want to get you guys into production. And so they're going to revamp. You'll see more coming. I just wanted to make a quick announcement about that and let you know that they are available to you guys to kick our productivity program and really help you guys to get into production. So we're going to really start focusing a lot. We already do on the Ignite and those things, but really focusing more on our Mighty Middle as well. So we've got some focus groups and different things coming too. So if you're in that kind of middle group, just know that we know you, we hear you, we're there for you. We want to help you guys build a bigger business. So watch for some more things to come there. I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but I do want to kick it over to our sponsor. How many of you guys enjoyed lunch? Union Home always brings the best food and too many things to make us fat, but you know.
You know our food, unfortunately. Good afternoon. On behalf of Union Home Mortgage, we are so happy to be hosting your team meeting today. My name is Michelle Roten. We've got Rhonda Mascarella,
Teresa Cobble,
Julie Miller.
So we thought today, we'll look at slide number 1. We are going to go over with housing supply being a little bit low. We thought that a little bit low. We thought that we would go over a great time to go over our one-time closed construction loan. Just keep in mind, this is a wonderful product. You know, it closes up front. It can be used to buy a lot, a third-party lot. It can be used to buy a lot from the builder. You can also use an existing lot that you have to purchase. So just keep that in mind. The first draw, if you're buying, for example, a builder lot or buying a third-party lot, the first draw is to pay for the lot on a construction loan. It is closed up front, 12 months or less. So we lock the rate up front. There is a float down option at the end. So the rate's locked up front. You can go up to 12 months for construction, and realtors, you guys get paid at the initial closing. So you close, you know, prior to construction, you get paid your commissions up front, and then the construction process starts. So anything else to go over on that? So the next slide, you probably can't see it so great, but we'll send this out. But we just want to also remind you, in addition to conforming loans, we can go up to 95% on a primary, 90% on a secondary home for conforming loans. But unlike a lot of banks and lenders, we have FHA construction loans as little as 3.5% down. We have 100% construction loans for VA and USDA. Super rare. Most of your banks out there do not have, you know, FHA or VA construction loans. So keep that in mind as well. And also we offer these on stick-built houses, modular and manufactured homes. So we do double wide manufactured and single wide manufactured homes, which is very rare.
Yeah. Couple questions.
Yeah.
HLMC, the second column, the top in the green. What is that?
So Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
Okay,
Mhm.
Federal Home Loan Board.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Yep.
Like,
No, that's a great question.
Freddie Mac,
Mhm.
those are the two. And then you have FHA.
FHA, VA, and USDA. Very good question.
Is it still so they watch in the rate for up to 12 years from, makes it 12 months. Yes, sorry.
That's a great line.
Yeah.
I'll take that one.
Is it still conflict during?
So no, we lock in on the interest rate. So let me also say this. You don't have to lock for 12 months. So we have different lock periods, let's say 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, 12 months. So depending on how long it's going to take you to build or the anticipated time from the builder of how long it's going to take you to build the home. You know, you may not, if it's going to take 6 months, you'll want to do a 6-month lock. You know, you won't necessarily want to do a 12-month lock because of course the rate is how long we have to hedge or pay for the interest rate will affect the interest rate, but it is interest only payments during construction. And then that fixed interest rate at the very end. So it's not prime plus, it's a fixed interest rate. Let's just say you lock in at 7.25. Then your interest rate is during construction, it's interest only. And then at the end, it will be the principal and interest, you know, taxes and insurance. We modify it at the end. We do have a float down option at the end. So we look at market rate at the very end, and, you know, see where rates are at that time. And if they've gone up, you keep that same fixed, you know, locked in interest rate for the time period of building. And then if they've gone down, we will look and see if we can float down and take advantage of that. Were you adding something? Anybody?
No, good.
Great question.
Just one note, the single wide financing is just on FHA and VA. Conventional doesn't have a single wide, or we don't offer a single wide financing on conventional. FHA and VA.
Are we gonna get that slide?
We will, and we'll also email out our product matrix that actually has stick built, manufactured, and modular. Okay, absolutely, absolutely. Another really big thing, yeah. How about that? Yes, better pricing. No, very good. So great thing that you just eyeballed and pointed out. And I mean, 620, we go down to a 620 credit score. That is almost unheard of with construction loans. Construction loans obviously are a little bit higher riskier loan. So going down to 620 is just a huge thing. 95%. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing with the barn dominium. If it's truly a barn dominium, the answer is no. But a lot of people are building homes that. A barn dominium would be like a steel building. Yeah, you know, it's not traditional construction. If it's traditional construction and if the market will bear it. So if there are comparables that the appraiser can find, that's really the bottom line every time.
Yeah, having comparables out there for your appraisal means obviously everything. Absolutely.
And one other big thing for Union Home Mortgage is we do not have a cap on debt to income ratio for FHA or VA. So with those, I've gotten 49.99% FHA DTI approved, where other lenders are coming in with their maximum of 43, and we're closing them all day long. Same thing for VA. VA, the highest debt to income ratio I've ever gotten was a 62% for a VA. Now with that, they had a whole bunch of reserves. That was the only way that it got qualified. But the fact that we don't cap it is a big deal.
And even on our conventional construction, we can go up to, with the right credit score, 47, which again, most lenders and banks, you know, cap 43% max. Sarah.
First draw from the builder, or if they do a disbursement at closing for the lot, then in 30 days you'll get a bill in the mail for interest only on just what was dispersed from to the builder. It builds. Yep. So we have appraisers that go out and do the inspections. There's usually 5, and then every month that construction balance is going to go up, so the interest payment goes up.
And so it's great question. It's usually a 5-month draw or 5 different draws. So it does staircase up. Usually with the first draw at closing, the builder usually takes a 5 to 10% draw just to, you know, for operating costs and so forth to start off, and or you could be purchasing the lot at closing. So, but it is interest only each of those times.
And we just pay for work complete. when the appraiser goes out, whatever's done is what he gets, what the builder's gonna get the draw for.
Great program, and great program also, you know, we are more than happy to go with any of you if you want to solicit builders. Tell them to keep their money in their pocket, you know, keep their lines of credit for, you know, yeah.
A lot of times they went away.
Right.
Construction went away, and the bus,
Mhm.
the builders, that's why a lot went under, because they had so much themselves, but still, that's big for some of the smaller builders.
We do a lot of business with, you know, even, you know, modular manufactured, you know, dealerships, you know, any type of, you know, builder, you know, whether it be a larger builder that isn't so accustomed to, you know, lots of them use their lines of credit. But, you know, to your point, a lot of them want to hang on to those lines of credit now. And this is the buyer, you know, paying the interest on that money, not the builder. So, you know, anytime if we can go out and team up and work with you guys, you know, with any builder, you know, solicitations, we're more than happy to do that. So just definitely keep us in mind and let us help in any way with that. Any other construction questions? Great product. Let us know if you have any questions and we'll email out and post more information on that. So just a reminder that we have, you know, renting versus buying. Rates right now are in the high 6s, low 7s. But, you know, a big thing to remind your buyers is, you know, a 7% rate versus 100% rate with rentals. You know, they don't think about that all the time. I just had, you know, a customer that, you know, was like 7%, you know, that just makes me, you know, sick. And I'm like, 7%, you know, you're paying 100% right now. And, you know, he was like, I didn't think about it that way. So, you know, we hear that stuff all the time, you know, in our lines of work, but just keep in mind that your customer don't always hear things like that. And just sometimes the smallest little reminder really helps, you know, to calm things back down. So we've got lots of, you know, flyers that we can co-brand with you guys, lots of different rent versus own flyers. So, you know, let us know if we can help out with anything like that. And then just a quick reminder about our recast loan feature. Why this, you know, matters to you guys as agents is think stronger negotiations with your purchase contracts. If someone qualifies for the existing mortgage, if they have a house to sell and they qualify for the new mortgage, they can go ahead and move forward with the purchase. When they sell their house, they can take that equity and put it down on the mortgage. We can lower that payment down. So just think stronger negotiations.
Don't have to make a contingency on
Mhm.
they qualify with those things.
Exactly.
And if you price it right, they won't even have to pay before they
True.
sell.
Right.
Once they move in, they put their house on the market, it gets sold, and they don't have to pay that.
You're so
I've worked it like that.
We've had so many, to your point, Cindy, so many, you know, within 30 days sell their existing house and that first payment, you know, is lower. Exactly.
Without all the costs.
All of the costs.
Yeah.
There's no expense to that.
Yeah.
It's $250.
$250, right. There's no
Okay,
upfront.
is there a time limit? Can you do it within 60 days or is
Mhm.
it 3 months? Like,
You can do it as soon as you want to. You can do it as many times as you want to. Nope. Anytime. And it also can be used to get rid of, most of the time, PMI mortgage insurance.
In the first 90 days.
Mhm.
$10,000 minimum.
Mhm. Yep.
And they can do it every year.
Yeah, it's gotta be at least $10,000.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And you can do the recast every year.
Yeah.
There is no limit on it.
And you can do multiple times.
Exactly.
Yep.
As long as you put 10,000 each time.
Does anybody have any mortgage questions, comments, anything that we can help with, anything mortgage related? And has everyone put your business card in for our drawings? We'll grab those right quick. Yeah. Right. And if she wins, it's gonna be. Hey, ladies. You ladies strong.
Oh, okay. Alright. Alicia Warren, Vernon, Baron, Barin, I got it right. I read it too fast.
Yay.
Yeah, Barin. Oh, Keenan.
Thank you all for your partnerships. Thank you all for your partnerships and friendships. We appreciate you so much. Let us know if you need anything at all, if we can help in any way. We thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now it's my turn. Finally. I am doing a little panel with our agents, Amandalyn, Jodan, and Dimitri. Will you come up here, please? We just want to give you an insight about Bold. I don't care who goes first. It's up to you. All right, we'll start here.
Center of attention.
She is. Look at everybody in their purple except you, Dimitri. No judgment. It's okay. Purple. Ooh, too much. Yeah, we don't need to do that. So I just want to ask these three a little bit about Bold. I know, Dimitri, how many times have you taken Bold?
Twice.
Twice. Amandalyn, 3 times, and 15 times. So can you give us a little bit insight about what it was like taking Bold? What was your business before Bold? And what was your business after Bold?
So my business before Bold was non-existent. And then I took Bold and it became existent. And I know it sounds like very cliche or commercialized or whatever, but it really wasn't. I went from a part-time agent to a full-time agent, and then I took Bold and I was like, oh, wow, this is really eye-opening. And now I'm glad to take Bold. I learn something new every time I take it. I know I've only been twice, but it's about to be the 3rd time that I'm about to take it, and I'm excited for it.
Hey folks, same kind of similar thing, almost non-existent business. I felt like I learned how to drive from a book, but had never actually done it. And Bold helped put in put in place the things I needed to actually achieve those goals. Being in a very high intense, everybody's doing the same thing. Even if you're not at that level, I remember seeing people like Cindy, and being like, why would she take this? Like, I didn't know why somebody that was in great production, and seeing people like Joe, like Cindy, like Robbie was in my first Bold. I'm like, why does he have to do this? But when people that are at that level that are doing it, I was like, okay, if they're here, then I should be here. And I wish I had not listened to somebody that within the first couple months of me getting into real estate, they said, do not take Bold for like the first year. You're going to call me crying and wish you had not got into real estate. That person had also told me time in the office was like not a good use of time. That was also not true. I wish I had taken Bold day one. I wish that had been what you had to do. If you started with that, there's no questions. This is going to be tough. It is time intensive, but this is what I have to do to make this work. It would have set the precedent from day one, what you need to do to be successful in real estate. Don't wait, do it now. And now I have business. I used to not have any business at all. And I'm a little bit nervous. Somehow a huge life event always happens right when I take Bold. So I'm super nervous about this next one. I hope it's something good. But at the same time, during all that, dealing with life things, you're once a week with people that have set goals, done some super hard stuff all week, and they're there with the mindset. I don't know what would happen during those rough times if I hadn't have been super plugged in and getting some stuff.
They said it. I can just reiterate it. I love to watch the people that have taken it 1, 2 times and then say that they're going to take it again, because they're the testament of how successful it is. I've taken it 15 times. I don't mean to brag about that, but each time I take it, my business and my life gets into a different level and a position, and it's what you make of it. This could scare you as far as the business that could come your way, but that's a good scare to have, and it's a choice that you can control your business. If you don't take bold, what are you missing out on? If you do take bold, imagine the possibilities, and you can control your own destiny. You can control your own income. You can control your own knowledge about the business, and you can consider yourself in the elite, because everybody that's in the bold room is the elite of Keller Williams, of the real estate market. You're in the top 0.5% of all the agents that are taking it. You're the professionals. So, and this gives you the tools to be that way. I can tell you my story about why I took bold. I did it right when I started in real estate, and I haven't stopped. And so each time it comes around, I take it because I fear what I would miss out on if I didn't take it. So that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Yeah, I just want to piggyback off kind of what you said. So there's people in here thinking, I don't have time, I don't have the money. What would you say to them with that thought process?
This may come across kind of hard, and I've said this in different aspects. Do you consider yourself a real estate professional? And if you don't take bold, then you're not a real estate professional, because professionals are going to do everything they can to get better at their skills. Just like with script practice, you can, amateurs practice until they get it right. Professionals practice until they can't get it wrong. And this is what's going to push you and stretch you. And it's designed to make you uncomfortable, but you have all the peer support that you need to give you that motivation to go. You're going to have life events. You're going to have breakthrough moments in bold. That's what it's designed for. It's designed to make you the best real estate agent that can be, that when you go into a listing presentation, you can compete against me and Cindy and Sandy Sparks and win a listing if you do it the right way. But you won't win, and you won't even have a chance to win if you don't start learning and being learning based. I can preach it, but you've just got to decide, do I just want to be complacent and just let deals come to me, or do I want to go get deals? And when they tell you that the average agent does 11 deals during bold, that's an average. And think about it. Even if you're just slightly below average, is 7 or 8 deals more than what you're doing now? Then take bold. Could you consider yourself? I was asked in an interview once, our top sales, this was in retail sales, our top salesperson is doing this. Do you think you can do as good as this person? And I was coming into this company brand new. I says, I can do as good, if not better than that person. And I will, and I'll show you. You just got to have that mindset, and it teaches you to have that mindset.
We'll also work on listening and retention skills in bold. Handling objections. Okay, so the reason we got into this is we wanted to make a bunch of money and be our own bosses and like not have a real person 9-to-5 schedule, right? I don't know, just me. If you're not willing to do the things that you do in bold, you're not going to be doing that in real life. And all of life is real life, is what I figured out. Kind of sucks. If you think you're doing real estate, this is what you're going to be doing. So if you don't think that bold sounds fun, maybe real estate's not a great choice for you. I want
to add one thing.
Sorry.
It's not just business. The BOLD acronym is Business Objective Life by Design. It creates a different lifestyle for you. And this is something that happened early in BOLD that my wife still holds me accountable to every week to this week. And they teach you to say, okay, we're going to fill out your schedules. And the first thing that you're going to do is fill out your vacations and your family times and your date nights. And my wife holds me to date night every single week. And that started from BOLD. So if you want to, in when your family buys into it and holds you accountable, then Bold is working. So it's not just about the business, it's about transforming your lifestyle and making your family life better.
Redeem myself. He's totally right on the personal aspects and all that fun stuff. Y'all that have done it and got a letter that you write yourself and a year later they send it to you and read it. I haven't hit all of my sales things that I've set for myself every time in my 3 Bold yet, but the stuff in my personal life that I got the card a year later and read it and cried, it was like, holy crap, like all that happened. It wasn't about the numbers at Bold. Like I would have been less happy if I had sold 1,000 homes and whatever. It was like all that stuff happened. And my sales stuff, it's up, it's working. But the personal real life stuff, that was huge. I got like the little goosebump arms now. So I'm done, but it's awesome and you'll cry. And I don't like when my face rains. So happens.
So I know that we recently got our letters. What was it, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. And when I saw that I had mail like here, I was like, hold up, like I don't get mail here. And then I opened it up and out fell $20. And I'm like, oh snap, $20. And I don't know why I looked around as if it wasn't my money, but yeah, I kind of like put my foot over top of it and just looked around. All right, cool. But in all seriousness though, like, I did read it, and I mean, I'm not saying I cried, but there were allergies like was filling the office, and I don't know what it was. I think somebody was cutting onions. It might have been. I was standing close to the kitchen, so but or not but, and and I did notice that I did hit some of my goals, not all of my goals, but and you notice that, hey, this is obtainable. So one thing I was going to say was last Bold that we did in the spring, I was on the team with Miss Cindy Dudley, and she was truly an inspiration because everybody knows she's a million miles an hour from the time she wakes up. And and it's almost like, how can she do any more business? Well, I promise you it's possible because I watched it. And now granted, she had that whole Mamba mentality. If you know, you know. She would do, I don't know, about what, 12 to 14-hour days, if not more. She would come in just looking dog tired. However, her production also went up dramatically. And this whole time I was thinking, how can this be? Like, is this real life? Like, but and she showed this is completely possible. If you want to do it, then you can do it. Anybody? Yeah.
Do you want to talk on that a little bit? Yeah. Thank you.
So I was on Dimitri's team. They all looked at me and they wanted me to be the team leader. And I said, no, I've been it too many times. So Dimitri stepped up and did it. And I don't know what it was this last time, but I just turned it on like I haven't turned it on. And now I'm paid for it. Like weeks later, I was tired all the time. But I think I ended up with 17 pieces of business. And guys, I didn't graduate Bold. I didn't get the Bold trophy because I fouled out. So I didn't do my 100 contacts every day and you have your fouls and stuff. And so I actually didn't graduate, but I had the highest achievement but I still was there. I mean, even though I didn't graduate, Steve let me be there. I just didn't get the trophy. So I don't really technically count that, right? But it really pushed me because I realized when I do reach out, and I can reach out to 5 people and I have good databases, you know what I'm saying? Like so I do it. When I do it, if you don't go full in, like I'm excited about being in Bold again because I got my letter and one thing I didn't achieve from the previous year. And I wrote about my kids. I wrote a whole bunch of stuff, and almost every single thing was true except for one thing that was my personal goal. And so it's pretty cool, as you talked about the letters, how things in your life, it changed my life in 2009. My business, I had a goal in 2009 when I first took it to do, this is back now, do you know what 2009 was? After 2008, okay? I sold $1 million in November and $1 million in December. And to do that in 2009 was huge. Like, you just didn't do that. Average sales was 150. Not now, it's what, 320. So I think, and also, by the way, I always give a bold scholarship, or not a scholarship. I always pay for someone's bold. So if somebody in this room would like to approach me, and I will be glad to help you out. Okay.
So I don't want to take up any more time. We're running a little over. So I just want to say thank you to you three for speaking up here. I think until October 12th is our first day. So that's the free class. We'll be talking about bold every once in a while. If you have any questions, please reach out to Robbie or I, even Jodan, Amandalyn, and Dimitri and Cindy, I'm sure would love to talk about bold. And Mike, you're shaking your head, but so that's all I have to say. Thank you so much. First step is all we need you.
Yeah, come to First Step, guys. There's no cost. I mean, come to First Step in Greensboro. Keenan will be there every time because he's going. But come to First Step. If you have questions, reach out to me. If you need a scholarship, reach out to me. If you need to find a way to get there, reach out to me. We're here for you guys. So go out there and have a great week. If you need anything, we're here for you. Hopefully we'll see some of you guys tonight, and the rest of you guys will see you Thursday with Tim. Hopefully we'll see you both there. But thank you all. Have a great week.